Hey buddies, SomeNutzGuy here. Hope you're having an awesome day so far. In this video, we are going to teach you how to build a villager breeder, a villager farm. There are, of course, other ways to get villagers, like going to villages and searching for them. But this is a nice way to gain value when you're at your base, whether it be because you're doing farming or, you know, you're building your base or you're trying to skip seasons like I did in my last video. Whatever the case may be, having this thing active at all times while you're at your base means you're going to be gaining passive value through potentially valuable villagers. I did completely yoink this design from Casualty. Casualty is another great RLCraft content creator. If you don't know Casualty, check him out on YouTube. Has some really great guides and seems like a nice guy as well. Totally yoinked this. Full disclaimer. Go check him out. Give him some love. I'm obviously doing this just in case any people from my community haven't seen that video, haven't caught up with that. They've seen me use this villager breeder and asked me. So I just want to make sure everyone has the best information. But yeah, go check out Casualty. This came from him. So first things, you're going to be starting with a 7x7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, except missing out one corner here. So it's a 7x7 square with obviously an empty middle here. We're then going to be building up 3 high with glass, missing that one space there. Lovely. Now, it doesn't have to be glass. You can use other stuff, but I like to use glass because I usually have a good amount of glass from trading with librarians just to get experience and to unlock their later trades. And because it means that you can see through, so, you know, you can see what's going on in there. Just to let you guys know as well, this needs to be built in a vanilla biome. So if you use your compass, you can see what biome you're in. This needs to be built in a vanilla biome. This will not work in a modded biome. Additionally, it has to be at least 32 blocks. I believe that's the number. At least 32 blocks away from a different village. Okay, so that's the prerequisites for being able to build this vanilla biome. 32 or more blocks away from a regular village. So once we're here, we're going to put these are not going to stay here, so it doesn't really matter what you use. We're going to do this so we can pop these glass blocks here. Now we're also going to, so we're just going to remove these, and we're going to surround these with glass panes. It'll be easiest if we pop just blocks in here for now, so we can get the rest of these done here. Lovely. And then we're going to be putting water here. Lovely. Moving on, we're going to be putting a block there in the middle and popping this on top. We then want to put some solid blocks around here. And then we can build a ring of glass around this little plus sign in the middle, like this. We can extend this up one more block up for now. And we want to pop a block on top of these as well. Now we do actually need to leave one of these open so that we can put the lever here, which is going to be activating our sticky piston, and we need to put a light source on this sticky piston, as this is going to be required for the villager farm to work. There we go. Lovely. So we can now move the villager. This is going to be essentially our on-off device, because we will be able to turn this villager breeder on and off, and this is what's going to enable us to do that. This will probably be the easiest stage to put the villagers in, because you've got a nice flat platform. If you just plop them down on top of here, maybe they'll walk in, maybe you can just nudge them, maybe you'll be accurate and they can just fall in. Best way to do this is with your rock or another tame that can pick up mobs. So we take our rock, and we're going to be using the rock's ability to pick this guy up. And we're just going to plop him in here. Now we can push him like this, get him in there. It's a little bit finicky, but you will eventually get these guys in there. Lovely. It does bug out a little bit. Like the more times you pick someone up, you see he's now bugging. The more times you pick things up, they start to bug out more and more, and they get dropped at the furthest away point in this bug. So you see as he's bugging out to the left, he'll drop out to the left there. So you can kind of use that to aim where that's going to go. It's a little bit funky, but it drops at the furthest away point. So yeah, bit finicky, bit weird, but you know, getting these guys in is is not going to take too long. There you go. See, it's not too bad. If for whatever reason you are testing this in creative or something and you use eggs to put them in, this will not work if they are on top of each other like this. So if you do this in creative or with this egg spawner, for whatever reason, you'll need to hit them once to separate them. The final design requires you to build 3 up from the central point here. However, what we're going to do is we're just going to start by building 1. Because what we want to do is we want to basically shove a block on top of these guys so that they stop bouncing. If they're bouncing like this, they're not going to be trading as effectively, and therefore it's going to be a little bit slower to get them to do their thing. So what we want to do is push a block down. So if we go like this, and we can put a glass block in there, and then we're going to use our lever. We're going to push that down. I didn't do both sides, but you'll want to do both sides. Oh, and you're not going to want to do that with sticky pistons. Going to want to do that with regular pistons. So you push that down, pop another one in there, push it down. Then you can break this top block, and you see how they're bouncing up a lot less. That's essentially going to make this run a lot smoother and a lot more effectively. It also makes it easier when giving them food. I'm not going to do the rest here, but I would highly recommend doing that for each section. Then you can continue to build this up, which will require to be 3 in total. And we're going to get one last villager in there. He's probably the hardest to get in because he doesn't have a nice flat platform to land on, so you can just push in. But it won't be that hard for you, I'm sure. Now, this is going to be what activates it. If that is up, it'll be on. If this is down, it'll be off. We are not quite finished yet, though. What we're going to want to do is put a 5x5 plus sign on top here. And essentially what we're doing here is going to add doors. And this is what makes it a village. And it's weird. Honestly, it's weird. I don't get it. I don't really get the mechanics exactly. It can be really finicky and strange. This should work. This should work. However, mine didn't for a while. And eventually, it was chat telling me to put blocks on top of the doors that got this to turn into a village. I don't understand why that's what works. But as soon as I put doors on here and we activated this switch, it did become a village. You started to hear the village bell sound. Aegises started spawning. And the result was that they started breeding. So this should be the design for the villager breeder. What we're going to do now is we're going to set up a little system to transport the young'uns, so that you know, they're not just sitting in there and running free. We're going to set up a little thing to transport them. We're going to also be giving them food. You probably want to put some trapdoors on as well. So trapdoor, just to make sure that this is working. We're going to get some carrots, potatoes, bread. I believe bread is the most effective. At 3 breads per breed, and I believe vegetables is coming in at 12 vegetables per breed, if I am not much mistaken. So setting up a wheat farm alongside this will probably be a good idea. And it is a fairly effective villager breeder. It does breed fairly quickly, as long as you keep them fed up. It will be delivering a decent number of villagers. But to set up our device or our mechanism for removing them, now some people come up with some more complicated stuff. Mine that I used in my hardcore world was a little bit more simple. I just use a system that required water. So essentially I built a tunnel, and I'll jump into my hardcore world in just a second just to show you guys what it looked like. But essentially I just built a tunnel like this. You know, it's a 1 block wide tunnel. And we're going to be utilizing the water to push the babies. So I had this going here. I had a sign there, and I had another bucket of water there. And this essentially will create a path. If we then make this 7 blocks long, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that should be at the peak of where the water will go. I'm doing this a little bit scrappy. Obviously, what you'd have is this like this. And essentially then little dudes are going to be pushed up into here, pushed through here, and then dropped off right here. And then you can build them like a little hut or whatever the case may be. I don't feel like I need to jump in the hardcore world. That shows you exactly what you need to do. There we go. And then you can just build them a little pen, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I know this isn't working. We're going to jump in my hardcore world because This one's being funny with us. It's probably based on where I built it or something. Maybe it's near the village, whatever the case may be. But let's show you a working version of this design, shall we? All right, and here we go. This is in my hardcore world, and this is the working breeder. So this is the breeder exactly as we had it in the other one, delivering the villagers to this little zone here. And as you can see, it's been quite productive. With a bunch of little guys there. I guess all the little guys indicate how many you're getting. What's it, 20 minutes to grow up or something? So we've got at least 8 there, so coming in hot at every 2.5 minutes or something per villager. Now, as you can see, I tried extending this, and it was really weird, man. It was funny. It wouldn't allow me to build the exact same thing next to this and still work. I'm not an expert on villagers. I know this design works, and I wanted to share this design with you guys. If you guys have other designs, more effective designs that work, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. I go live on Twitch every day except Monday and Friday, and it'd be great to see some of you guys there. Regardless, hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Take care.